Hi, this is Coach Troy from Metro Lutheran Ministry, here once again to talk to you about your money. Only this time we're going to try something new. I want to show you a tool that we use sometimes to help people figure out the concept of cash flow. And that's when somebody may have enough money to get through the month, but because of the way the bills hit and the income comes in, they sometimes experience trouble during certain days or months or certain weeks in a month. So I want to flip this over here using a new tool today. I'm going to disappear here into the corner, and I want you to pay attention to this document. Now, this is a monthly budget. It's going to show what happens every week, as you can see, as we're pointing out here, with any income that comes in from whatever sources. And I want to use some data here that's from an actual client. So I want to show you what can sometimes happen. Now, I have a client that gets paid on the first week and the third week of every month. And when they get paid $1,150. But they get that twice a month. So we're going to put that in here, and it's going to show me $1,150. Now, when you see the numbers move at the top, that's showing you what they brought in. So if all this person did was receive their $1,150 twice a month, they'd have $2,300 at the end of the month. But they don't, do they? They have to go in and take care of some business. So now we're going to drop in their bills. And just so you can see this concept as clearly as possible, I want to throw all their bills in to the first of the month. So at the first of the month, all their bills are showing up, and now they need to pay for things like their cell phone. There's a child involved. There's two phones involved. The plan they have is $105 a month. As soon as I put that in there, now, they did have $1,150 minus their $105. This first week, they're down to $1,045, but they're not done with their payments yet. So now they've got their debt payments. They had a car payment, which was $230 that was due every month. They would go out to eat once in a while, and they didn't go out somewhere fancy, but they went out, and probably in their minds, it was going to cost them about $75 a month that they were spending to eat out. As you see, as we're taking this money out on there, it is dropping down how much money they have altogether. They don't have any education or childcare expenses. The child's old enough to take care of themselves. They really entertain themselves at home, playing cards and stuff on the internet that's part of their utilities. Now, for groceries, they were spending about, as they were bringing this in here, I got to find it here, groceries was about $200 a month. All their healthcare expenses, everybody's in good health, taken care of through insurance at work. They don't give money to anything. They do have, however, housing and utility bills. Now, housing and utility bills, if you added that all up, they had $700 a month rent and then about $300 in utilities. So that was about $1,000. Now, you can see what's going to happen if I take this $1,000 out. Now they're in the hole by $460. Now, by the end of the month, they're okay. But where they're at right now, they're in trouble. But we're not even done yet. They do have a dog. That dog was about $45 a month because of the food that they bought. And they were trying to put in $50 a month into a savings account. And their transportation between gasoline for the car and insurance for the car was about, $209 altogether? So we can see, if we just look at what they have at the beginning of the month, they're in trouble until they get over here to that next paycheck. And so a cash flow budget asks you to take a look at this and then say, if you're someone who is in this situation, how can I move money around? And people say, well, the bills are where they are. The nice thing is you can call most people. So what I recommended to this client was, let's call the place that had the car loan, and let's move that car loan. I just asked the people, hey, can I move that car loan from the first of the month? And can I move that over and put that $230 on the third week of the month? Now, when they do that, she's getting closer. See, she still has the same amount of money at the end of the month, right? But her amount that she's behind these first 2 weeks is going down substantially. Same thing, she can take a look at and say, okay, well, eating out, you're not spending that $75 all at one time. You're not spending that all in 1 week. Really, that first week, maybe the two of you go out and you spend $20, and you spend $20 the week after that, and $20 the week after that, and $20 the week after that. We even gave them an extra $5 there to go out and eat with for the month, right? But again, this number here went down a little more. I'm getting closer to the amount of money that they actually had available. Well, the same thing can happen here. Groceries and other supplies. She's not spending that $200 all at once. If there's 4 weeks in the month, she's going to spend that $50 at a week. So we're going to do that. $50 every week is going to go into groceries. All right, now I'm only $329 behind. Well, most places where you will rent from, that date's pretty much set in stone. And it wasn't her case. She couldn't move the date of her rent, but there's $300 other that were sitting over here. So guess what? We made a call to her utility companies, and Evergy and Spire, where she was with, they said, absolutely, you can move that. So this number went from being $1,000, it went down to just her rent. Her rent was still due on the first of the month, but her utilities became due in the middle of the month. So we moved that also to the third week, and that was a $300 move there. Now look, she's almost there at $29 short for that first week. Well, more things were happening. Her savings for her emergency fund, I said, why don't you just make that easy? Let's do $25 out of each paycheck. Now she's only $4 short. Well, guess what? With her transportation, her insurance wouldn't move for her, and that was $129. But her gas, she wasn't spending $80 in that 1 week. She was spending $20 a week in gas. So what we did was we took this and we looked at her insurance was $129 plus $20 for gas. We made that $149. And then we went and said $20 for each of these 4 weeks. Now, still, I'm looking at her thing. I'm like, okay, she still runs out of money in the second week. So I can see here in the first week, she's actually okay. She's got $56 left over. In her second week, though, she's down. She's minus $34. So we come up here and we look and we say, all right, you know what? Groceries might be the problem, but what if we move our pet food and we move our pet supplies? It's nice and easy. We're going shopping regularly. Let's move the pet supplies over. So we took the pet supplies from there, and I put pet supplies in the third week when we get the second paycheck. Now, if we go down and look, she's got money at the end of every month. It gets a little tight there in the second week. But the other thing about using this type of an arrangement, and I'll bring myself back up, the other thing about using a cash flow budget is using the numbers, and this was a real client's numbers, using her numbers, as you could see, and I'll go back here real quick. She had, according to this cash flow budget, $381 at the end of the month that she should have. Well, I think you know where I'm going with this. She didn't have $381 at the end of every month. So in using a cash flow budget to start the process for her, it was able to help her figure out where her other money was going. And it turns out it doesn't take too many times of buying a cup of coffee at a Starbucks, or picking up a donut at Lamar's, or those types of things between she and her daughter was adding up to not the whole $381, but a good chunk of money was disappearing there. And then there was other money that disappeared because, well, the daughter didn't really want mom to know she was smoking and so forth. So it's important to have cash flow understood. If you'd like to work on your cash flow with us here at the Financial Opportunity Center, just give us a call in the Metro KC area. We're area code 816-285-3131.